Alright guys, and we're back. The light that streaks down is like a bombing raid. Each spell is a death blow, and caster rains them down uninhibited. I may be green at this, but even I can tell how off the charts this magecraft is. This is more like a grand magecraft. Something like that requires a magic circle and a 10 count instant contract, an incantation of at least 10 lines. Because grand magecraft is powerful, it requires more time to cast it. A normal mage would take a minute to cast such magecraft. Even a mage that uses high-speed incantation would take 30 seconds. But she did it in an instant. She didn't even need an incantation and just pointed her staff. And she's using it continuously. I can't even think of anyone who would compare.
A ランクの魔術をここまで連発するとはよほど魔力を溜め込んだな。
He must decide that he can't avoid them all anymore, as Archer sprints while deflecting them with his twin swords. Archer makes for the exit, but changes course halfway there as if he just remembered something.
マルケ貴様いつまでそこに突っ立っている。
Archer charges towards me with a fierce look. That makes me realize the place I'm standing is no longer safe. I'm already in the range of the Rain of Light.
なんだってこんな手間を。
Archer makes toward me. The moment I try to jump back to avoid him, my body is flying through the air. I try to shake him off reflexively. You've gotta be shitting me. Archer's now carrying me?
おろせバカ。何考えてんだお前。知るものか。いいから黙っていろ。お前に言われると自分のバカさ加減に頭を痛めるわ。バカが。バカ？お前自分がバカだって分かってるのに人のことバカ呼ばわりするのかよ。バカ。
Such an odd conversation to be having right now.
ガキか貴様。バカでガキとはもはや手がつけられん。せめてどちらかに決めておけたわけめ。
Archer must be wound up as his words make no sense. But even though he saved me, I just can't graciously accept.
いいから話せ。これぐらい一人で何とかする。お前の手なんて借りない。
No more than that, I can't bear being a hindrance to him. Archer should have been able to escape by now if it was just himself. But the exit is farther now that he saved me. Archer running around the temple must be an easy target for Caster, who is above us.
聞いてるのかお前。そうか。なら遠慮はいらんな。
Then, Archer dropkicks me. I tumble onto the ground. He must have kicked me as far as I flew at least 5 meters. I endured the pain and get up. Archer is still. The rain of light bullets has also stopped. All that remains is a feeling of cold that hurts my ears. I finally get my bearings. The very air around Archer is frozen.
気分はどうかしら、アーチャー。いかに三騎士といえど、空間そのものを固定化されていては動けないのではなくて。
Caster's triumphant voice. Archer must not be able to talk. It's like time has stopped for him.
どうやらこれで爪のようね。外にはセーバーもいることですし、これ以上あなたにかける時間はないわ。どこの英雄だったかは知らないけど、これでお別れよ、あっちゃ。
Caster raises her left hand. From that hand, the light bullet of instant death is dropped. But right before that, Archer murmurs something.
何かしら、あっちゃ。命乞いなら聞いてあげても。
と言ったのだ、キャスター。
His tone is filled with irritation. I try to make out what he's saying and...
たわけ。かわせと言ったのだ、キャスター。
Archer leaps away. He must have broken the frozen space with force. With the sound of breaking glass, Archer flashes out of sight.
何よバカな。
Distracted by Archer's angry shout, Caster's baffled. And then to either side of her, a flash of black and white converge on her. Caster's robe tears. She must have been given just enough warning from Archer's shout and narrowly escapes the attack. It should not need explaining, but it is Archer's blades that fly by. It was in an instant. Archer threw the twin swords to either side when he kicked me and got caught in the freezing spell. The blades boomeranged through the sky and made an arc back toward Caster.
さすがアーチャーってところか。ってあいつどこに。
That's such a good move on him too. I'm left speechless. Caster too. The Red Knight leaps back into view and calls checkmate. He kneels on the ground and aims his bow towards the sky. His target is Caster. And the arrow he has knocked is the same magical blade that he shot at Berserker.
I am the bone of my soul.
Archer's voice shakes the air. Caster weaves an urgent incantation, but having clearly anticipated that,
体ボルグ。
Archer shoots the arrow. Is that his noble phantasm? The released arrow twists space itself. Caster's moan fills the air. The tornado-like arrow easily penetrated Caster's defense. Most likely, guessing from the distortion, I bet Caster would have been twisted along with space itself even if she had teleported. Even then, Caster's still alive. The black robe is scattered, and the body underneath the robe has numerous cuts. Caster's using all her magical energy to regenerate, but I'm sure she would have died instantly without a chance to heal had it been a direct hit. Yeah. Archer's shot did not land a direct hit. The arrow was released into an empty space away from Caster, and her barrier of protection was destroyed from the aftermath. The arrow missed. No, that's wrong. He didn't miss. He deliberately did not hit her. I don't know what his intentions are. Though he had the chance to finish her off, for whatever reason, Archer let her go. Stillness returns to the temple. Archer remains in front of me while Caster floats down, glaring at Archer all the while. The last attack must have taken a lot out of him, as I can sense that Archer's magical energy is low. That goes for Caster as well. Although it missed, Archer's attack scraped away most of Caster's body and magical energy. Even if there was a big pool of magical energy here, it's useless if Caster's too injured to collect. Caster lands dispirited. She seems to have managed to reform her body, but she's running on empty inside. It should be impossible to continue fighting. Retreat, Caster, you're not good enough for this. Caster stares at us while breathing heavily. For some reason, she seems to be comparing the both of us.
あーちゃん、今の一撃、なぜ外したのです？
The demoralization is in her voice as well. Archer shrugs as if to say it should be obvious.
いや、試すのは一撃だけと言っただろう。初めの一撃はかわされたからな。その後はただのおまけだ。なんだ。それともまさか約束を違えても当ててほしかったのか？
He's crazy.
では、私を殺す気はなかったと？
つい挑発に乗っただけだ。私の目的はそこの男にあったからな。他のサーバントと戦うなど予定にはなかった。
He really didn't seem to come here with any hostility at first.
そう。どうやら私と戦いに来たというわけではなかったよね、アーチャー。
ああ、そこの男が腰抜けなのと同じでね。不必要な戦いは避けるのが主義だ。剣を取るときは必勝の好機であり、 必殺を誓った時のみだ。意味のない殺生は苦手でな。
I don't know what's so funny, but Caster gives a hearty laugh.
そうならあなたたちは似た者同士ということ？
はあ？
We reply in unison. Similar. Me and that guy? What makes you say that?
違うのかしら。あなたたちは無益な殺生が嫌なのでしょ。そこの坊やは私のような無関係な人間を糧にするサーバントが許せない。あなたは無意味な殺戮は好まない。ほら全く同じじゃない。だから手を組んでいるのではなくて。
どうしてそんなふざけた結論になる？お前目が腐ってるぞ。誰がこんなやつと一緒なもんか。同感だ。平和主義者なのは同じだが根本が大きく異なる。厄介事は早めに片付けるのが私の方針だ。この男のようにいつまでも悩んだりはしない。何が平和主義者だ。俺は忘れてないぞ。お前はバーサーカーと一緒にセイバーを狙ったんだ。セイバー一人に戦わせて自分は安全なところにいたくせに。仕方なかろう。あの時はまだ共闘関係ではなかった。セイバーの安全よりバーサーカーを倒すことが優先されただけだ。それとも何か目に映るもの全てを助けろなどというのではあるまいな。ならばバーサーカーとて倒す対象にはならないか。
We glare at each other. Man, I really don't get along with this guy. Why does everything he says get on my nerves? Meanwhile, Caster's laugh is even more amused as she looks between us.
気に入ったわ。あなたたちは力もそのあり方も希少よ。敵に回してしまうのは惜しい。
My head tilts in confusion. Archer looks away from me and glares at Caster.
ちょっと待て。何が言いたいんだお前。
わからない？私と手を組みなさいと言っているのよ。私なら今のパートナーより優れたものを用意できるわ。坊やにはセイバー以上のサーバントを。アーチャーは今のマスターより優れた魔術師と契約できる。
My mind grinds to a halt. You want me to trade in Saber? Hell no. I question her sanity and seriousness.
悪い話ではないはずよ。私にはこの戦いを終わらせる用意がある。言ったでしょ？勝つことなんてたやすいと。どう？生き残りたいのなら私に従うべきじゃなくて？
It's not even an option here. I decided to fight to stop those who involved innocent people. As such, I can't accept the offer of someone like her.
断る。俺はお前みたいな魔女とは手を組まない。
That's all there is to it. It should be obvious where I'd stand. I can't ally myself with this servant, nor can I betray those I'm already partnered with. I'm gonna fight alongside Saber, and Arsha would also never betray Tosaka. Wait, this guy. He's hesitating.
おい、あーちゃん、お前。拒否する。君の力を借りる理由がない。それ以前に君の陣営はいささか戦力不足だ。いかに勢力を伸ばそうとバーサーカー一人に及ばない。まだ組みするほどの条件ではないな。
I sigh with relief. I had a bad feeling, but he's not like that. I hate him, but he's firm on his beliefs.
そう。交渉は決裂ということ。
そうだ。だがここで君と戦う気はない。この場に居合わせたのは私の独断でね。マスターの命令ではないから君を撃つ理由はない。
I doubt my own ears. Did he just say that he's gonna let Caster go?
意外ね。 あなたのマスターは私を追っていたでしょ。なのにあなたは私を見逃すというの。
ああ、お前がここで何人殺そうが知らん。それは私には預かり知らぬことだ。
あら、ひどい男。毒は使いようということ。
私のマスターはマスター殺しに精力的でなくてね。その分お前が他のマスターを潰してくれるのなら何かと助かる。この戦いの決着はその後でも遅くはあるまい。
Hold on, Caster.
待て、キャサ
Caster seems to have accepted Archer's proposal as she turns around. I run to Caster as she moves to vanish, but Archer stops me.
バカカキ様、追えば確実に死ぬぞ。
He says indifferently. Though true, his words make me feel so furious I make myself nauseous. I stop. Caster's black gown flutters in the wind and disappears like magic. She's gone. Only an Archer and I remain on the temple grounds. Seeing him gets on my nerves. He saved me twice today. Caster would have taken my command spells if it weren't for him, and I'm sure I would have died from that deluge of light. But this is different. I can't forgive him for letting Caster go.
アーチャー、なんでキャスターを逃がした？
戦う時ではなかったからだ。ここで切り伏せたところで、あれはすぐさま逃げおせただろう。今の空間転移、見逃したわけではあるまい。
That's true. We wouldn't be able to capture Caster if she really wanted to get away. On top of that, this temple is Caster's territory. She's a witch. Even if she was weakened, I'm sure she had at least one or two tricks up her sleeve.
理解できたらしいな。キャスターを倒すのならマスターが先なのだ。いかに空間を飛んで逃れようが、よりしろであるマスターが倒されればキャスターとて消えざるを得ないからな。
Going for the master, not the servant. That is the safest and most sure approach in the Holy Grail War.
それは分かってる。けど、だからって見逃すのか。街で起きてる事件は全部あいつの仕業なんだろう。キャスターを止めない限り犠牲者は出続ける。俺はそんなのを放っておくなんてできない。
なぜ？お前自身が傷つくことではあるまい。むしろ奴にはこのまま続けてもらいたいぐらいだ。
Why?
キャスターは人々から正気を吸い上げ、その力でバーサーカーを倒す。私たちはその後でキャスターを倒せばいい。私とリンはキャスターは倒せるが、バーサーカーには及ばないのでな。バーサーカーを倒すまでキャスターには好きにさせておくさ。
My face heats up. Blood rushes to my head and I want to punch him.
ふざけるな。父さん、そんな方針は取らない。
そうだな。だからこそキャスターには手早くことを済ませてほしいものだ。リンがキャスターに追いつけば対決は避けられない。その前にキャスターが何人犠牲になるかは知らんが、それでバーサーカーが倒せるのならば安いものだろう。人間など結局は死ぬ生き物。誰にどう殺されようが結果的には変わるまい。キャスターも手ぬるい。いっそ魔力だけでなく命まで奪ってしまえばよいもの。町中の人間が死に絶えれば少しは戦いやすくなる。私のマスターも根は甘いからな。そうなればもはやなりふりなどに構ってはいられまい。
The Red Knight smiles dryly. He sounds amused. He feels the people living here are in the way. He's saying the same things as Caster.
ああ、お前も知っての通り、リンは形式にこだわるタイプでね。魔術師としては申し分ないが、マスターとしては汚さに欠ける。そうだな。 彼女がキャスターのようになってくれれば私もここまで苦労はしないのだが。
お前
I punch Archer's face. Well, I punch in that general direction, but he easily avoids it.
何をする？私たちは協力関係ではなかったか？
ふざけるな。俺はお前とは違う。勝つために、結果のために周りを犠牲にするなんて、そんなこと絶対にするものか。
それは私も同じだ、エミヤシロ。だが全ての人間を救うことはできまい。例えばキャスターが聖杯を手に入れてしまえば被害はこの町だけにとどまるまい。それはイリアスフィールも他のマスターも同じだ。聖杯を私利私欲で使わぬマスターは私が知る限りお前とリンだけだからな。故に私たちが勝利しなければ被害はさらに大きくなる。ならばこの町の人間には犠牲になってもらい、私たちの役に立ってもらうしかあるまい。その結果で被害を抑えられるのならお前の方針と同じだろうさ。
I feel numb. He doesn't need to explain it. I can't save everyone. Kiritsugu always said that, so I should be over it, but it's just the way that he says it. It just pisses me off.
無関係な人間を巻き込みたくないと言ったな。ならば認めろ。一人も殺さないなどという方法では結局誰も救えない。キャスターの言う通り、残念ながら私たちは似た者同士だ。犠牲者を出したくないというのなら協力し合うしかあるまい。
違う。俺はお前なんかとは組まない。お前なんて絶対に認めない。
そうか。お前が信じたものはリンだけだったな。
I turn my back to Archer. I'm different than him. I can't let Castor be. So there's only one course of action.
まさかキャスターを追うつもりか？
I ignore him and start walking. My destination is inside the temple. If this is Castor's territory, then her workshop is inside the temple.
信じられんな。お前一人ではキャスターにかなうべくもない。命が惜しいのならやめておけ。
Archer follows, complaining the entire
ま
way.
ったくせっかく助けてやった命を無駄にするのか。それは構わんが、せめて感謝の一言でも残したらどうだ。先ほどの女性は私なりの行為だったのだがね。命の恩人とまではいかないが、視線を共にくぐり抜けた友人ぐらいにはありがたがってほしいものだ。
Man, he really gets on my nerves.
うるさい。誰がお前なんかに友情を感じるもんか。いいからさっさと遠坂のところに帰れ。頼まれたってお前の手助けなんていらないんだから。
I turn away and head towards the temple without looking back for good this time. There.
そうか。懐かれなくて何よりだ。
I feel a chilling premonition of death. Before I can fully manage to leap out of the way, Archer brings his sword down on me. He cuts me at the shoulder. My blood comes pouring out and I feel like I'll pass out the moment my focus wavers. The pain's so sharp that I feel like my skin and muscles are burning. I back away with wobbly steps. I can't even flee. All my remaining strength is sapped and it's all I can do to remain on my feet.
外したか。さっき抑えきれなかった私の落ち度か、とっさに反応したお前の起点か。まあどちらでも構わないが。
Archer walks towards me with his sword covered in my blood. I'll be killed. My instinct is that I'm gonna die and my feet struggle to move. The temple's exit. I stagger towards the stairs beyond the mountain gate and retreat back. He must know that this is a fatal wound. His steps are unhurried. Everything's going fuzzy. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't even recall why I'm fleeing or why I was cut to begin with. It feels like my thoughts and memory are following the blood dripping from my body. Maybe I'm still conscious because of that sword he's holding. The white short sword. That plain blade holds my attention and keeps me from closing my eyes. But it comes to an end. The mountain gate is right behind me. The stairs are right there, but I can't even turn around. The moment I do, I'm sure Archer will split me in two.
最後だ。戦う意義のないエミやシローはここで死ね。
He raises his blade. The white yin sword is raised like a guillotine.
戦う意義だって。そうだ。自分のためではなく、誰かのために戦うなど、ただの偽善だ。お前が望むものは勝利ではなく平和だろう。そんなもの、この世のどこにもありはしないというのにな。
Even as my consciousness fades, I feel defiant, but both my body and mind are at their limit.
さらばだ。理想を抱いて溺死しろ。
His voice is filled with hatred. He swings the yin sword Bakuya. Once more the blade slashes at me, this time to sever my very life. But right before that, with only the thought of defying his words, I jump backwards without thinking of the consequences. His sword cuts the air and my body flies through. The bottomless darkness is behind me. With a horrible sound, my body crashes to the stonework. Then it rolls down the mountain stairs. I hear an unfamiliar voice near me. I also hear a familiar one. My vision is almost gone. I attempt to lift my body but can only collapse in a heap back to earth.
ここまでの傷を負わせてなお階段から叩き落としたのか。
Is that Saber? Saber supports my body and speaks with urgency. That's bad. I don't know their identity, but there's one other unknown servant nearby. She's tending to me. It leaves her wide open for an attack.
黙って。まだ間に合います。シローの回復量ならこのまますぐに帰還すれば。
She must have realized mid-sentence. She looks back at the servant behind her.
アサシ、なぜ私を撃たなかった？
それこそ無粋。刹那の花を摘むことなど誰にもできぬ。
Saber tilts her head, unable to grasp the enemy's true intentions.
何？その横顔に見とれただけよ。果たし合う顔も良かったが、今の張り詰めようも捨てがたくてな。ついめでてしまったのだ。
Is that a kimono? The servant dressed anachronistically turns his back towards us.
今宵はこれで十分。立ち去るがいい、セイバー。
私たちを見逃すというのか、アサシ。
そうだ。この続き、いずれ果たすというのなら見逃そう。今のお前では満足な戦いは望めまい。私とてそれは惜しい。
Saber glares at Assassin. An assassin stares calmly at Saber. Their stare down lasts for a few seconds.
わかりました、アサシ。あなたとの決着は必ず。
良い返事だ。期待しているぞ、騎士王よ。
Saber takes me in her arms and heads down the stairs. However, I see the knight in red following us from the mountain gate, determined not to let me go.